What is up, everyone, and welcome to another edition of The Danny Show. I'm your host, Daniel Cody, and this is where I give commentary and reviews on all things wrestling. Thank you guys so much for joining. I want to give a quick thought on tonight's episode of NXT. To be honest with you, I'm more so looking forward to next week's episode of NXT, where the ladder match is going to take place. The triple threat match for the NXT Women's North American Championship is going to take place if Tatum Paxley doesn't interfere like she did tonight, of course. Then we have just that part. But it's a couple of other things I'm looking forward to. Apparently, Joe Hendry was attacked tonight, and so there was a replacement. Thankfully, we found out at the state of address, as I like to call it, the state of an address between all six competitors, now seven, that Joe Hendry is clear to compete for the NXT Championship ladder match next week. And of course, we found out all the members who will be involved, including the newcomer who destroyed Chase U tonight. But I must say, in my humble opinion, next week, there are only two people who are going to win, who I think can win this ladder match. Most of my money is on Ricky Saints. To be honest with you, that's who my money is on. And I think next week, Ricky Saints will become a two-time NXT NXT World Champion. That is, of course, my second alternative prediction and hope is that Joe Hendry wins the World Championship of NXT next week. Now, thankfully, he was able to show up this week before getting destroyed. But nonetheless, my money is on Ricky Saints to win next week. We also saw Jada Parker and Nikita Lyons. We all know that the internet likes Nikita Lyons, even though on screen she's a villain and a heel. And I did not know she could sing pretty well. Nikita has a pretty nice voice singing wise, but she's still a villain. But there is someone that we all like, both on internet and on TV, and that is Jada Parker, who was successful tonight in defeating Nikita Lyons in a one-on-one match that was supposed to be done on the behalf of Blake Monroe. And of course, everyone likes Blake Monroe on community posts, but she's still a villain, so no thumbs up for me on any community posts. When you're a villain, no thumbs up. No yeet, as they like to say. But moving forward, for clean, wholesome reasons, I am, of course, a Parker fan, as is everyone else. And I see this going on and prolonging itself until maybe Vengeance Day. I think Vengeance Day is NXT's annual event for February. And I see this going on, this feud between Blake Monroe and Miss Parker going on to NXT's Vengeance Day or whatever pay-per-view they have in February. That's what I see going down. So, like I said, as far as next week, Ricky Saints or Joe Hendry. However, as far as the NXT North American Championship, I think that some way, somehow, Izzy Dane will probably find a way to retain. And we're going to see an appearance by Tatum Paxley. As far as the TNA Knockouts Tag Team Championships, I think next week Zarya and Sol Roca are going to implode. We saw Zarya halfway implode in what some would call an upset victory or an upset loss to Thea Hale. So I truly feel like the Zarya and Sol Roca is going to implode. I don't mean to be a negative person. I don't believe in that. But friendships never last in WWE. Or if they do, they break up, they come back, they break up, they come back, they break up. It's like Big Show's run. 1 minute he's heel, next minute he's face. The guy's basically bipolar between baby faces and heels. And when it comes to friendships in WWE, relationships are very bipolar. Just ask Triple H and Shawn Michaels in the early 2000s are DIY. Sadly, Tommaso Ciampa is coming to his time at the end of WWE and will shortly be leaving. Darn it. But Gargano is still here on SmackDown, so let's see how that works out. In the meantime, let me know your predictions for next week's NXT as well as your thoughts on tonight's episode of NXT. I'm your host, Ian Cody, and that's all the time I have for you today. And I'll be back with another review on all things wrestling. And Ethan All A-Hole Page, maybe by next week, we'll learn to mind his own business, as Booker T has preached several times. By the way, Booker T's meme of concerning yourself with business that concerns you is the meme of 2026 because no one seems to mind their business. But then again, being nosy is how people get paid. And being nosy, unfortunately, is how people get to go viral by leeching on others. So that's how it is. But Ethan Page, maybe if Miles Bourne defeats you, you'll probably learn how to leave him alone. Who knows? But have a great week, everyone. Peace out. Be safe.